So in today's video, I got to interview the voice actor of Murderous Child in the new Arsenal Halloween update. She's pretty cool. I would recommend checking her channel down below. And according to YouTube statistic, these people aren't subscribed. If you could subscribe, it would mean the whole world to me because we're almost to 3K, and I have a montage coming up for y'all guys. It's pretty cool. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Question 1. Is there any lore behind Murderous Child? Initially, no. I was just given a personality and I was like, alright, I'm gonna voice this. And yeah, but over time, I started to realize, the murderous side of the voice pack is kind of like hidden, where she sounds very happy-go-lucky in the voice pack, which doesn't really sound very bloodthirsty and murderous, but the more you think about it, it is a little girl, encouraging you to commit acts of murder. She says, stab them again and again, and she encourages you to shoot them and praises you when you kill somebody with a headshot. And when you win, she's praising you and saying, bloodshed, yeah! And so I definitely think, that part is definitely where the murderous tendencies, are laid out in. Because, a lot of people are like, oh, she doesn't sound that murderous. I'm just like, but when you actually think about it, it's like, oh, that's what they mean. I mean, to be honest, yeah, that's how I perceive it. Okay, so question number 2. Who asked you to voice act a Murderous Child? Were you doing any other voice acting prior to this? So, for the first part of the question, I would definitely say it was a combination between myself and ROLVe, the animator for Arsenal. So, it started off with me pitching the idea of a female announcer on Arsenal to ROLVe, because at the time when I asked, there were no female packs, which honestly, I was like, oh man, I was just thinking to myself, oh, it'd be great to have a female voice pack. And he thought it was an amazing idea, and then we started collaborating, and he came up with the personality of a very bloodthirsty child. And I would say that's how it happened. It was just a combination between the both of us. And now for the second part of the question. Were you doing any other voice acting prior to this? Yes, I have done a few official projects. I have a YouTube channel where I do audio roleplays and voice acting. Bethy VA, by the way. And I'm currently doing a few games. And yeah, I have done a few years of voice acting. It's one of my biggest passions. Question 3. How did voice acting the lines go? Were there any challenges you faced while doing it? So again, for the first part of the question, it was really fun. I voice acted in a call with ROLVe, and he was directing me and letting me know when he needed a little bit more oomph, what he was looking for. And it was so fun. He is one of the best people to work with. He is genuinely so kind, so generous, and just amazing. I love ROLVe. He's honestly amazing and so talented. So honestly, there weren't really any challenges. I would say the most challenging part would be changing up a line, which is very simple. And well, there were a few lines that were very hard to execute, I would say. Some of the lines, I fumbled on the lines a few times, and then we had to change up the script to make it a bit more easier on the tongue. So, honestly, it was a very easy process, it was very fun, and yeah, there were barely any struggles. Question 4. Not really on topic, but are you considering a career in voice acting? What's some stuff you want to do? So, absolutely I'm considering a career in voice acting. I'm basically inspired to be a professional voice actor, and I've always wanted to voice act in a video game or a show. Honestly, if I get to voice a baddie, then that's all I want. Question 5. What are some lines that you decided not to include in the final product? So, one of the deploy lines that we ended up not using was, "Kill them all! Leave none standing!" And so me and ROLVe were trying to record that line a few times, and for some reason it just didn't sound right. It didn't feel right with the character that we were trying to portray. So we decided to cut that out. And another deploy line that we decided not to do was covered the field with blood, because it doesn't really sound like something a kid would say. It sounds like a medieval villain, you know? It didn't sound like a bloodthirsty kid. It's too formal, if you get my gist. But yeah, those are 2 lines that ended up not making it. Question 6. Can you give us a voice line? Oh, absolutely. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look at the script. All right. Honestly, this one was like my favorite to record. But it was, stab them again, and again!
Rip and tear! Tear their limbs apart and eat their flesh! Tear it apart! Tear it apart!
Cause like, oh my god, I love that line so much. I don't know why. It was so fun to record, like this happy-go-lucky girl, like literally telling you to stab someone. That sounds cynical, I know, but it's great. All right. Question 7. Other than the Discord VC, what are some of the reactions you got from the Arsenal community? Do you think your voice pack will be used often? So, I was actually extremely nervous about the reaction from the community, and I was just like, I kind of stayed on the down low about it in the beginning. I didn't tell anyone that I was a voice actor, and I didn't really say anything like that. But overall, it seemed really positive, and it seemed like people were really enjoying it and trying to get it. And apparently it was really hard to get because there were so many items in the flare crate. So it was, or flare case, and they were like, they really, really wanted it, and they thought that it sounded really good, and that made me feel like really proud and really happy that the community that I genuinely like love enjoys my work. So hopefully it maintains that reputation. But yeah, I think it was very it was taken well, and hopefully if they find it to their liking, they use it often. Question 8. A similar question that Rex Racer 77 gave. Did the voice lines come naturally, or did you have to develop a new voice? So the voice I came up with, I kind of had it in the works for a while, so I wouldn't say it came naturally, but I knew how to do it pretty well. So it's just like, it's higher pitched, it's more energy, and obviously I can do that. So yeah, I would say slightly naturally, because I've been doing it for so long. I did try to put a little bit more to it, where she sounds like almost like foreshadowy, if that's a way to say it, honestly. But yeah, I would say it's a combination of both. Question 9. Is this your first time working with ROLVe? Have you made other voice packs for the ROLVe workshop? So this is actually not my first time working with ROLVe. My first initial time was voice acting the new agent lines for Typical Colors 2, which honestly, now that I look back on it, I definitely feel like I could have done a better job. And trust me, if I had the opportunity to re-record it, I would. But the devs are happy with it, and they're gonna use that. So I'm gonna leave it be. I'm just grateful that they gave me the opportunity to voice act her, and yeah. But I can't really say much. But there is something else in the works, and I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too.